Hey, good morning. Or actually, now it's technically good afternoon. Could be good evening, depending on where you're watching this video from. Anyways, long story short, welcome to Coffee in the News. This is a special edition. How you doing, California? I'm back. Happy New Year, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and all those amazing holidays. I hope everything was good. Anyways, as opposed to right now, especially in LA. Today, on Breitbart, well, actually, you know what? Let me give a shout out to our sponsor, Mahalo Hosting. Let's take a moment to thank our sponsor, Mahalo Hosting. Mahalo Hosting offers competitive rates for domain names and web hosting. Why register a star in your name when your name can be your domain? Mahalo Hosting also offers custom high-level domains like .photography, .club, .us, and .tv. Visit www.mahalohosting.com today. And we're back. All right, so a Breitbart News. Here we go, Los Angeles. This is what I've been telling you guys about. California as a whole, but LA is feeling the repercussions of their bad choices right now. Big fire, if you hadn't heard, going on in LA. It's three different fires, I guess, basically joined and created the Pacific Palisades fire. Now, I'm originally from Los Angeles, no longer living there. I'm on the north side. However, for those of you who have lived in California for any length of time, they're well aware. Let me see if I can get this mic to work a little bit better. Probably bring it in. They're well aware of we have fire season, the rainy season, and mudslide season. And yes, I mentioned the seasons in my book, Simpin' Ain't Easy. 12 Steps to Embracing Common Sense and Rejecting Stupidity. Pick it up on Amazon. Definitely have a shameless plug there. Anyways, yes, we do have seasons in Los Angeles, and we typically we are pretty resilient people. However, every 3 to 5 years, we have these horrific events. People lose their homes. And now, with the expense and everything that's been going on with insurance companies, it's just another mess. Another indicator that California and how we vote, we the people, vote, continue to send California into a downward toilet spiral. All right, today dated, let's see, what's today's date? Today's the 8th. Today is the 8th by Simon Kent. We have Democrat LA Mayor Karen Bass in Africa as her city burns. Now, what is she doing in Africa? Well, let's take a listen. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass spent Tuesday in Africa as part of a taxpayer-funded delegation attending the inauguration of John Dramani Mahama as Ghana's president. The Democrat was there as her city battled wildfires and thousands of residents fled for their lives. CNS News reports Shalonda D. Young, the director of the U.S. Office of Management and Budget, headed the delegation to ACCRA, Ghana's capital, Accra, Ghana's capital. It has also consisted of Virginia E. Palmer, the U.S. ambassador to Ghana, and Francis Z. Brown, special assistant to the President and National Security Council, senior director for Africa Affairs, alongside Bass. As Breitbart News reported, the absence of Karen Bass came as a fast-burning wildfire that broke out in the mountains of Pacific Palisades amid extreme high winds, and Tuesday's morning threatened homes, the local public school, which was evacuated. All right, we got a little video here. So, like I said, we're doing this live. Let's take a look at what the video has to say. Yeah, those fires. Let's turn the sound off on that. This is LA. All right, well, enough of that. Let's go ahead and continue on here. California has deployed more than 1,400 firefighters personnel to combat the blazes. Officials didn't give an estimate of structures damaged or destroyed in the Pacific Palisades wildfire, but they said about 30,000 residents were under evacuation orders. and more than 13,000 structures were under threat. Lifelong Democrat Bass was elected to office in 2022. Plenty of social media users vented their frustrations that Bass was abroad, diplomatic duties, while LA residents fought for their very lives. All right, so here she's the Los Angeles mayor. She's in Africa. Diplomatic duties. Your duty is to the residents of Los Angeles, Ms. Mayor. You do not belong in Ghana. You belong in LA, and I hope you remember this when comes. And I hope Los Angelinos remember this when comes voting time. If they don't have her basically evicted from that position, she should technically resign. She's derelict of duty. She's out doing absolutely fucking ridiculous. Here's another one. This is insane. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is on taxpayer funded. Funded. Oh, by the way, so they're funding you. Let's go back. Let's pop back into that. Let's see what it says. This is insane. Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass is on taxpayer funded trip to Africa as part. These are the people that we continue to vote in here in the state of California. Stupid, ignorant, power hungry individuals. When are we going to stop? I mean, there's obviously half the state and there is a big turn, but how could you guys not be upset at this? I mean, I get it. If you're in East LA or Orange County, you're probably not affected by the Pacific Palisades, but these are the idiots that we continue to vote in, right? How could you not be angry at this? I'm not sure what it's going to take. I mean, is it going to take, basically wiping out? Here, let's see. Karen Bass progress report. Out of touch. Karen Bass is on taxpayer-funded trip Africa while her city plunges into crisis. This career politician is unfit to lead. She needs to be recalled. There you go. Somebody else is thinking about it too. You guys really seriously need to start getting a little bit more concerned with your local politics. Here's another one here. Can someone explain to me why the mayor of Los Angeles is currently in Africa attending in the inauguration of Ghana's president while her city is being evacuated? We've declared a state of emergency to amplify our response to this devastating fire. By the way, from what I understand, all of the water that's been diverted out of California, mismanagement of the land around that, it's just the same story every year. Every year, it doesn't matter what part of California you're living in. It's every year we continue to put dumb politicians. I'm not sure who said it, but I'll put these links in the comments. But let's do a real quick search and let's take a look at who actually said you rise to the level of your own incompetence. See what pops up. All right, the phrase rise to the level of your own incompetence is a simplified version of Peter Principle, a concept developed by Lawrence J. Peter. The Peter Principle observes that in a hierarchy, employees are promoted based on their success in previous roles until they reach the level of their own that they are no longer competent. This happens because skills that are affected in one job may not necessarily translate to another, leading to the situation where employees are promoted to their level of incompetence. There you go. This is what happens with all the politicians. They basically get into office, they run the same routine, they get voted in. You have Democrat special interest groups funding their campaigns, and they keep going and have no idea what it actually takes to lead or manage. Not sure what it's going to take, but Californians, we really need to start focusing in on our local governments and prevent these assholes from continuing to take place. I don't care what your skin color is, who you like to go to sleep with. None of that shit matters. We're all Californians, and we continue to vote these fucking idiots into office. Here's another great one right here. Here's the other dumbass.
California. Thank you again to all of the folks behind me and the outstanding leadership of all the elected officials as well. And forgive me, one point I'd be remiss. Thank you to Mayor Bass, who was on the phone immediately this morning making sure even in absentia that she's here organizing everything she can to make sure we're successful as well.
What can I say? This is one of those other guys that really doesn't give a rat's ass about the state. He just gives a fuck about lining his own pockets. I don't know. When are we gonna fucking finally get to our limit? Stop fucking dealing with dumbass fucking politicians and voting in common sense people. Anyways, it's time for the shameless plug. This is my book, Simping Ain't Easy, 12 Steps to Embracing Common Sense and Rejecting Stupidity. It's on all platforms. You name it, it's there. Give it a peek, give it a download, give it a listen. I'll see you next time. Love you, mean it. Vince Gervasi, out.